Well, hello, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a speed build of this beautiful tropical home nestled in the center of peace and bliss. Then we're going to do a walkthrough so you can see the completed home. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Now let's get into it. Okay, so I am not going to lie. I did omit a few pieces, but anyway, I was having trouble recording, so that was my bad. But here the home, the shell part of it is already built, and I was having trouble with the stairs. Before I started doing this, though, I did look around the neighborhood in Tamarang to see kind of what the style of the other homes were so I could have a better idea. I'm not very good at making a home fit in a specific neighborhood and building accordingly. So I just did the best that I could. I think it worked out okay. Once I found out that Tamarang was part of For Rent, it made it a little bit easier. So that was helpful. But in any case, once I started going through this, I realized it's just so flat and boring. It needs a little something extra. So I did add the balcony up top and then that bump out on the side. But here in a minute, you'll see that I just couldn't deal with that balcony up there. It just didn't work for Tamarang. I don't believe any of the other homes had a balcony in the front, so I took that out. But I don't know how many times I resized this house. I resized it so many times. I thought I was going to lose my mind. But it was because, and you'll see it here, I'll walk you through it, but I just couldn't get it to work right. I didn't have any idea in mind. I just knew that it was going to be a rectangle, top and bottom, and that was it. So here I'm trying to get the layout of the upstairs kind of generally speaking, and I honestly didn't change it up too much from what I originally did, which was great. And then of course you see my windows are all off. I needed a pillar there to separate the chocolate wall from the white wall. But, you know, it all worked out in the end, I believe. I mean, everybody has their own opinion as to what is good or not, but, you know, I digress. But here I wanted to do some stairs, and I wanted to do stairs with platforms, but I keep forgetting that you can't add platforms to a foundation. And in trying to do this little half wall section, I realized, yeah, that's going to give me a foundation too. So, duh, I just put in a room and then took the walls away and lowered the platform. So that worked out. And yes, I went in debug, and since you can't copy in debug, I pulled out so many pieces from debug that I wanted to use and did like 5, 6 of each thing that I thought I might need, so I wouldn't have to go through debug again, because it can be very daunting and very frustrating. You're like, where did it go? I know I saw it. Where did it go? So I didn't want to go through that again because I'd go through it a lot. So I just pulled out a bunch of stuff that I thought I might use. But then in trying to put everything up, I realized everything is in my way. So, and then of course, you know, with the platform and the large landscaping pieces, it was near impossible to get everything where I wanted it. So I removed the what's it called, the foundation a few times. And when I say a few times, I think probably like 4 or 5 times, if not more. I don't remember exactly. And then, yeah, once I started going on it, I realized I don't like that fence. I like the fence, but not for what I'm doing. It has to be brown. So that's what I did. I took out the fence, I put in the new one, and I personally feel that it looks much better. And then, of course, they don't have a gate that fit the height of this fence. It was a taller gate, which is fine. It worked nicely, but I just wanted something that was the same height. So maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I liked it that way, better that way. So that's what I did. And in here, I wanted to have a nice large table, living room, kitchen, you know, all of that. But once I started to lay down furniture, I quickly came to realize this isn't going to work because I wanted to have walls and have the separation with walls and arches. So I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted. And then I was like, oh shoot, I need a bathroom too. So of course, yeah, I had to move things around and rethink again. And I did again and again and again. I don't know how many times I rethunk things. I moved that back door. I don't know how many times. You can keep count. If you know how many times I moved it, let me know in the comments. But then when I angled that wall there, because with having it a square corner, yeah, it would have been better. But in having a square corner, it just kind of closed it off a little too much. You know what I mean? And I figured, well, I've got an angled wall upstairs, so why don't I throw in an angled wall downstairs? So that's why I did that angled wall. And I think it turned out pretty well. And of course, still trying to use as much of the for rent that I could before I went into, I'm assuming, base game. Most of the other packs that I used were going to be, I guess, what's it called? Other packs, but most of it is going to be base game and for rent. So the important stuff, the big things, the beds, the furniture, the appliances, all of that is, well, not all of the appliances because for rent doesn't have appliances, but that's beside the point. Point is, I used as much for rent as I possibly could. And that's what you have to keep remembering, okay? And then I wanted to do something different out on the patio. So I was like, okay, well, I can just add the pillars, do that little fence thing, on top, and then add some bushes on there and see how it works. So that's what I did. And it took me a minute. It took me a minute. The foundation was kind of screwing with me a little bit. And later you'll see that I added the hanging vines because I was like, wait a minute, aren't there hanging vines somewhere? And I did find them. So that's what I did. I added the hanging vines. And I think that added just the perfect touch to that little pergola back porch patio area. And then, of course, after I'm almost done with the vines, I was like, oh, wait, I can size these up so it doesn't all look the same. So that's what I did. I sized it up. And then, of course, I'm almost done. And I wanted to make sure that I had nice landscaping, that the landscaping looked nice and whatnot. And I think I accomplished that. I added a few rocks here and there. I think Debug, I believe. I don't think it's from For Rent. And then, of course, just like some bikes and little bits of clutter here and there, just to kind of give it a little something. And I knew I wanted to frame the walkway up to the door, but I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, well, this will work. And I thought, well, it needs something else. It's a little too bland. And then once I started to put down those yellow plants, I was like, nah, it just needs to stay that way. I'll do terrain paint or whatever. And then, of course, I had to finish out the backyard with decor and whatnot. And in the front there, I put the little marbles game because I saw that. I was like, yes, I have to use that. So as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to put it there. But yeah, I finished off the back patio, and again, foundation goes down, then back up, then it goes down and back up again. You would think I would learn. You would think I'd learn. I learned fairly quickly, thanks to Lil Simsy, to not do terrain paint until the very, very end. But of course, this time I did terrain paint, and then I hit the F1 button by accident. I'm like, dang it! But I didn't lose the terrain paint this time. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to remind you to hit that like button, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions down below, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget that notification bell. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. And then here I decided to go ahead and move inside so that I could finish up getting that together, but I couldn't decide on the wall colors or the door colors because it's very limited. They've got some really good stuff in For Rent, but it's limited. So, even the swatches that you get, it's limited. Can you tell that I think it's limited? Anyway, so yeah, I kind of went back and forth with the wall colors and the doors and the curtains. I think I changed the curtains 2 or 3 times. I don't think I recorded all of that, but I did end up leaving out a whole lot of stuff, so be thankful for that. Otherwise, you'd be bored out of your mind. I was bored out of my mind sometimes. I'm like, there has got to be. I think it took me probably maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so to figure out wall paint and the hallway wall upstairs. And then, yeah, with the wall pictures and stuff like that, with the decor, it's very, very limited. But it's okay. It's okay. I made it work. I grabbed a few things here and there that I found that I thought I would like and that I thought would fit well. So, of course, when I went back to the kids' room, I kind of moved a couple of things around a little bit. And then, of course, I still can't get the stupid hanging light above the stairs like I want to. But anyway, when I went back downstairs to start doing the kitchen, I realized that, that I didn't like the counter color with the wall color. It wasn't working for me. It was blending in way too well. So, of course, then, I put up the shelves and the cabinets, and oh my goodness. This wall here with the archway was killing me. So I had to remove that because I couldn't place things. I had to be like right up on it because the kitchen is so narrow, or not quite as deep as I would like it would be or should be to be able to place things appropriately when you have to use the 9 key or the shift key. So I've removed part of that wall, and then I was putting the floor trim. I was like, wait a minute, I had an arch there. I got to put the arch back. So I put the arch back, and then it worked out just fine. And yeah, there's the desk. It doesn't have a lot on it, but it's okay because they don't stay inside very often. So, that's important. And of course, the entry, the hall tree. And then we're right at the end of the speed build. So hold your horses. We're going to do the walkthrough. I think you're going to like it with all the final touches. Okie dokie. If you made it this far, you get to see the walkthrough. Now, you saw the speed build, and it gets a little crazy because of all the back and forth and all that, but let's check it out, shall we? This is so pretty. This came out really fun. Or this came out really fun? No, this turned out really cute, and it was really fun. Sorry. So first, let's look at the outside. I do have some terrain paint out here. I hate this so much, but we have the platform lowered down, I think, by 2, if I remember correctly, and then I added this planter from For Rent and some base game grass and For Rent flowers. This flower is a little bit bigger than that one, just to give it a little more, to make it different and look a little bit more natural. The same thing with the grass patches here. We do have a little marble game thing here for the kiddo, and we've got a couple bikes out front. Mailbox, yes, is off to the side because I didn't want to take away from the house. And there's those plants. You saw most of this in the build. And I did add a swing set out back. Oops. And I did add some lights outside and some lightning bugs. Oh, I thought that was a fish. I'm like, uh-oh. I added some lights out here for the hot tub, smoke and fire alarm system. And yeah, this tree has lights on it, but whatever, it's fine. I also added, this is so irritating, this here, which is the Hardly Suspicious curtain rod, and the corbel up here in the corner just to add a little bit more interest, because it seemed just a little bit too bland without that. And I did the same thing in the front. Also added some lights there as well. Now, in the speed build, when I was done, you didn't get a chance to see all the knickknacks and clutter that I added. Now, I will warn you that, or explain, I guess, that a lot of the other packs that I used were mostly clutter items. So don't be scared about all of the stuff that's in there because it was primarily clutter. Oh, there we go. Okay, I couldn't get it to move. Yes, the walls are painted. See? White, not white. White, not white. White, not white. So anyway, you walk in, as you could see in the speed build, you got the stairs to the right, and you've got this bathroom here. And this is just your entry table with the keys and Bob the plant. In here we have a bathroom, nothing special. It's just the guest bathroom, spare bathroom. Over here, I added a little something under the stairs just to add something, and then the desk isn't too cluttered because they don't spend a lot of time at their desk. They spend most of their time outside. However, it is lived in. Dining room right in the middle, living room over here off to the side. The picture frames here, you can add whatever pictures that your Sims take. And we've got some wall clutter and more photos over there. I do have some nectar bottles in the corner and a few other decorative pieces. I tried to use as much of the For Rent that I could. I did add the owls, the 3 things on the top and the wine bottles on the bottom. I did add that. We do have a world bar and a hutch, some flowers on the table, and in the kitchen we're missing, I have a big black pot there in the corner, but this is what it looks like with the clutter. I did add the item here on the left and the box on the right. I did add those so that it wasn't like the same shelf, and it looked a little bit different. I do have the fork and spoon, which I need to move those up just a hair, and a little bit more clutter here on the other end of the kitchen. So there you go. Oh, I need to change those lights too. Oh shoot, no, I already uploaded it to the gallery. Shoot. Okay, so you might want to change those lights. I'm sorry. Dang it, I need to learn to do a walkthrough before I upload it. What is my problem? Anywho, I've got this broken pot here from For Rent, and I put a For Rent plant inside. So, yeah, whatever. Aesthetics. We've got a functional bookcase with some clutter, a little table with some more stuff. Pictures on the walls here. This is the kiddo's bedroom. Got lots of toys. We've got a little playhouse. He's got his little plushie down there. And just a little bit of wall items, not a lot. We go through here, and in this room we have the primary bedroom, which I love, I love, I love. This is so cool. I love it. But we've got family portraits there, a little bit of clutter, not a ton, but like I said, most of the other packs that I used were mainly used for clutter. And in here you have a full bathroom with all the necessary amenities, towels, and whatnot. If you want to add a little bit more decor and aesthetics, please do so. And if we go down here, we are back, and then we can go out the back door. Oh yeah, that thing up there is from For Rent as well. Here is the back door with the For Rent grill and a place to eat. You've got the stairs, the kiddos over there playing, you're over there in the hot tub, surrounded by rocks and beautiful greenery. I mean, this is beautiful. And not to mention the location that I have it. The location that I have it in is right on the water's edge. You can't beat that with a stick, now can you? You could, but it's not going to do you any good. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. I swear I annoy myself. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you're able to use this build for playthrough, then at least for some kind of inspiration. You want to download this home and reconfigure it and redo it up, then by all means please do. And if you do, let me know, or show me. You can comment here, or you can send me screenshots over at Twitter. In any case, until next time, y'all, have fun.